The surest way to escape from the waking nightmare of Brexiting Britain is to have a little nap. It's long been my cast-iron method of dodging the worst of life to have a snooze, a little unconscious procrastinate. As long as Boris Johnson doesn't loom into one's subconscious, asleep is the best place to be. So there was Jeremy Corbyn, a man after my own heart, having a wee shut-eye on the train up to Scotland. Nothing remarkable about that. After all, hasn't Jacob Rees-Mogg survived the scandal of a scornful slouch on the green benches in the House of Commons? The Right Honourable Member took up 3 seats with his horizontal pose, giving the appearance of waiting for Nanny to come and tuck him in. Turley, the Labour MP, called Rees-Mogg's lounging the physical embodiment of arrogance, entitlement, disrespect and contempt for our Parliament. To be fair, the leader of the House had had a long day, having to wait out a Brexit debate, only one of the most consequential in parliamentary history. And there was Sir Desmond Swayne last year having 40 winks during a speech by colleague Ken Clarke in the House of Commons. Or, a wee 30 seconds, as Sir Desmond later claimed. It happened, he said, expressing annoyance at himself after being pictured with his head lolling on his shoulder, and it won't happen again. His excuse, he said, was a very long day. It was an interesting excuse, given that one was expecting a detailed summary of how he had been up early dealing with parliamentary business. In fact, he'd been up at 5:30 a.m. for a dip in the Serpentine before work. I can't say that's much of an excuse, but I'm ill-equipped to judge, given I'll happily nap on the floor of a public toilet if the mood takes me. Speaking after his colleague had been caught asleep on the job, fellow Tory MP Bernard Jenkins said back in the bad old days, before Commons proceedings were first televised in 1989, MPs used to use the chamber for a nap. It's only the advent of television, Mr. Jenkins said, that means you can't go into the House of Commons and have a snooze. It's only the advent of smartphones turning everyone and their granny into a paparazzo that allowed Corbyn to be caught using his commute to catch up on a bit of REM. What an invasion of privacy to be photographed asleep. A mid-market newspaper published the picture with apparent disgust at Mr. Corbyn snoozling away as England played the All Blacks. Despite being out for the count, a Labour spokesman said Jeremy followed the game and is delighted England won. The leader of the opposition also tweeted that the game had been an incredible team performance and hard-fought victory. What a letdown. Honestly, being the best policy here, the politician should have tweeted his congratulations and fronted up, missed the game, was having a well-earned. For more on this story, visit the news article link.